All right, we got example 1 over here. So it says write the equation that represents the proportional graph. Write it in the form of y equals kx. So this says there's a proportional relationship between the number of mines that Tyler builds, which is x, and the number of gems he earns. So we have to write an equation that represents the proportional relationship, and here it says to simplify any fractions. Okay, so how do we do this? So first, we're going to look at this CFS. The first thing is we always got to be aware of our x and our y axis. So my x represents mines and my y axis represents gems. And that's the first thing that we are going to note down. Okay, so what is my x? What is my y? Okay, now the next thing that we have to do is find a point on the graph, because we have to find, in order to write the equation, I need to find the constant of proportionality. To find the constant of proportionality, I need x and I need y. And so in order to do that, we can find a point on the line to give me x and to give me y and to find the constant. So let's remind ourselves. Let's do this. So my x-axis represents mines, so we're going to write that down. And my y-axis, we always just want to be aware, you know what I'm saying, represents gems. Just like all of you all, you're all gems, okay? Okay, now what I need to find is a point on the line to find the constant of proportionality. So that's step 2. So let's find a point on the line here. So let's do this. If I look right here, here is a point on the line, because again, if you look real closely, it hits the corner, right, of the square. So this is a point on the line. So x is 2 and y is 10. Okay, so my point is 2, 10. Okay, that's the point on the line. So step 1, we labeled our x-axis, our y-axis. Step 2, we found the point on the line, and we know that 2 represents x and 10 represents y in an ordered pair. Okay, next up in my CFS is use the point to determine the constant of proportionality. Easy. So we already know this. Let's go. My constant, so this is step 1, step 2, now we got step 3. So my constant is k equals y over x. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to substitute y is 10, x is y, and just we're going to be aware of like what this means. So this means that for every 2 mines, there's 10 gems. I'm just labeling the units. And my constant of proportionality, or my unit rate, is my ratio in its most simplest form, or like I said, when x is 1, right? So 10 divided by 2 gives me, and we could always do that, the unit rate is always when x is 1. So I'm going to put 1 mine. And this is kind of what we've been doing with our ratios. We could just divide, right? We divide 10 divided by 2. That means it's 5 gems for every 1 mine. So we found the unit rate because it's when x is 1, or my constant, or in its most simplest form. Okay, now I do want you to be very aware of your x and your y in your ordered pairs, because I'm telling you, you guys keep messing that up. In an ordered pair, x is first, y is second, and the constant, it is y divided by x, because it's what times 2, or what times x gives me y. So we found my constant, it's 5. So for every 1 mine, we get 5 gems. But in our CFS, it says write the equation using the form y equals kx, substituting the constant of proportionality for k. So here's the final step. This is step 4. My final step is to substitute. So my equation is y equals k times x. Now I know that k equals 5, or 5 over 1, so this would be y equals 5x. Okay, so when you type that in right here, y, you're going to put y. Don't put any spaces, okay? So just go like this. No parentheses, nothing. Just write y equals 5x without any space. Just leave it just like that. And then that's it. That's your answer. So the CFS will be really helpful for you to follow each step to make sure that you do this successfully. All right? Peace.